Dalvin Cook, the number one big name sleeper heading into 2019 because he can outperform his draft position by a good 5 to 10 draft slots. Now, a lot of people tell me every time I post something about a big name player being called a sleeper, you can't call Dalvin Cook a sleeper. Yes, you can. And yes, we will. And at sleeperu.com, we have different levels, and have defined this in the past, different levels of sleeper. You can have a big name sleeper. You can have a player like Dalvin Cook that is a potential running back one, but he's being slept on. Therefore, he is going to be a sleeper on our list anyways. And if you don't like it, well, that's tough. And it's not the first time we've seen or heard that the way we do things is too bold or too crazy or too strange or unorthodox or whatever. Depending on your league, you might have him ranked, see people ranking him higher than in other leagues. But let me show our 2019 sleeperu.com rankings. Right now, Dalvin Cook is probably ranking, so here he is here. I would say in the average mind, he's going to rank right around the 10 to 15 range. McCaffrey, Kamara, Elliott, Barkley, Gurley, you can mix and match these guys. Essentially, I'd say that you're going to have a debate here all offseason long on whether Gurley or Barkley is the number one pick. But these are your top two running backs for sure. Then you have Elliott, Kamara, McCaffrey. Really, in a point per reception, you could argue McCaffrey number 3. No question about it. But you could also argue Kamara and Elliott as well. So I think these three are the next guys to go. But they're essentially all elite running back ones. But there's almost like that number one tier is broken up into a 1A and a 1B. After McCaffrey, you have, I think, what really begins as tier number 2 for running backs heading into 2019. Again, still running back ones, though, because Le'Veon Bell could be the top running back in fantasy football. Melvin Gordon could be a top 2 or 3 running back in fantasy football. And David Johnson, whether you want to write him completely off after one bad year, much like, let me remind you, people did with Todd Gurley before he bounced back and had 2 awesome years. He had a bust year with the Rams. So that there's potential for David Johnson to return to top 2 to 3 point per reception running back value. If you don't like that, well, don't draft him. I will if the price is right. And when you're talking about the 8th running back ranking, I've seen him go as late as 10. I've seen him go outside the 12, actually, in a couple of recent mock drafts, which I thought was ridiculous. But top 12 running backs, not top 12 overall. That's value that you just don't see all the time. So I think I'm gonna clump these two guys here right here. These are my 2 big name sleeper players that people are sleeping on and letting fall way too far: David Johnson and Dalvin Cook.